Welcome to Crime Tales, where we delve into the shadows to uncover the darkest truths. Tonight, we bring you a story that shocked an entire nation, a case that remains shrouded in mystery even today. This is the Aarushi Talwar murder case, a tale of tragedy, betrayal, and unanswered questions. A story where every answer leads to more questions, and every clue deepens the mystery. Let's begin. The quiet streets of Noida, a suburban city near Delhi, woke up to a horrifying discovery on the morning of May 16, 2008. Inside the Talwar residence, 14-year-old Aarushi Talwar was found dead in her bedroom. Her throat was slit with precision, and her head bore signs of blunt force trauma. Dr. Rajesh Talwar and Dr. Nupur Talwar, Aarushi's parents, were prominent dentists in the area. Their home, which doubled as their clinic, was a place of comfort and security. But on this day, it became the scene of an unimaginable crime. The initial shock deepened when it was discovered that Hemraj, the family's live-in domestic worker, was missing. Police quickly assumed Hemraj was the culprit, and the hunt for him began. But as investigators searched the house, they made a chilling discovery the following day. On May 17th, Hemraj's body was found on the terrace of the Talwar home. It was decomposing under the hot summer sun, lying just a few feet from where Aarushi had been murdered. Like Aarushi, his throat was slit, and his head showed blunt force injuries. The discovery of Hemraj's body immediately flipped the narrative. The idea of Hemraj as a fleeing killer was replaced by a much more sinister question. If both Aarushi and Hemraj were victims, who committed these brutal murders? The terrace door had been locked, and the Talwars claimed they had no idea Hemraj's body was there. This raised a critical question. How could the family remain unaware of a dead body on their terrace? This question became central to the case, fueling both public outrage and media speculation. The Uttar Pradesh police began their investigation with a series of critical mistakes. The crime scene was poorly secured, evidence was contaminated, and vital leads were overlooked. For instance, the terrace door wasn't initially checked, despite bloodstains leading in that direction. By the time Hemraj's body was found, potential evidence on the terrace had already been compromised. Adding to the chaos was the media frenzy. The double murder quickly became a national sensation, with journalists camping outside the Talwar residence and reporting every rumor as fact. This media circus not only influenced public opinion, but also impacted the investigation, turning it into a spectacle rather than a search for justice. But who were Aarushi and Hemraj? Aarushi Talwar was a bright and talented teenager who had just celebrated her 14th birthday days before her murder. She was a top student at Delhi Public School and dreamed of following in her parents' footsteps in the medical field. Aarushi was the pride of her family and loved by her friends. Hemraj Banjade, on the other hand, was a 45-year-old Nepalese man who had worked with the Talwars for years. He was known to be reliable and loyal, helping the family run their household smoothly. His death raised troubling questions. Was Hemraj just another victim, or did he know something that cost him his life? Initially, the police focused on external suspects. Could it have been a burglary gone wrong? But the house showed no signs of forced entry, and nothing valuable was missing. This led investigators to a chilling possibility. The murderer was someone within the house. The theory of an honor killing soon emerged. Police speculated that Rajesh Talwar had discovered Aarushi and Hemraj in a compromising position, and, in a fit of rage, killed them both. This narrative grabbed headlines and became the central focus of the investigation. But was it true? The police relied heavily on circumstantial evidence, pointing to the surgical precision of the injuries as a sign of Rajesh's involvement. They also claimed the crime scene appeared staged, with Aarushi's room being cleaned and the bodies moved. But these claims were hotly contested by the Talwars, who maintained their innocence. As investigators dug deeper, several perplexing pieces of evidence emerged. The weapon, despite extensive searches, the murder weapon, believed to be a surgical scalpel or a kukuri, was never conclusively identified. Forensics. Aarushi's room showed no signs of a struggle, yet her private parts showed evidence of cleaning, leading to speculation of tampering. The lock, the terrace door where Hemraj's body was found, had been locked from the inside, raising questions about who had access. The Aarushi Talwar case quickly became a national obsession. Every detail of the family's life was dissected and debated on television screens. The media painted the Talwars as villains, accusing them of everything from honor killing to a cover-up. The intense scrutiny turned the grieving parents into suspects in the eyes of the public. The relentless media coverage also influenced the investigation, as officers seemed more focused on crafting a sensational narrative than finding the truth. The line between fact and fiction blurred, leaving the real story buried under layers of speculation. In June 2008, the Central Bureau of Investigation, CBI, took over the case. The CBI's investigation revealed significant lapses in the police's handling of the case. However, the agency itself was divided. One team believed the Talwars were innocent, arguing that an outsider had committed the murders. They pointed to evidence like the presence of unidentified fingerprints on the terrace door and the lack of blood on the Talwars' clothes. The second team, however, argued that the Talwars were guilty. They claimed that the couple had staged the crime scene to mislead investigators, pointing to inconsistencies in their statements and the unusual cleanliness of Aarushi's room. In 2013, the trial court convicted Rajesh and Nupur Talwar of the murders, sentencing them to life imprisonment. But the judgment was controversial, as it relied heavily on circumstantial evidence and dismissed alternate theories. While the Talwars were convicted, alternate theories continued to emerge. One theory suggested that Hemraj's acquaintances from Nepal could have been involved, possibly over a financial dispute. Another theory pointed to local criminals who might have entered the house unnoticed. However, these theories were never fully explored, as the focus remained squarely on the Talwars. This left many questions unanswered, fueling speculation and doubt about the true nature of the crime. In 2017, after spending 4 years in prison, Rajesh and Nupur Talwar were acquitted by the Allahabad High Court. The court ruled that the evidence against them was insufficient and that the investigation had been compromised by procedural lapses. The acquittal brought relief to the Talwars but no closure. The real killers of Aarushi and Hemraj remain unidentified, and the case stands as a haunting reminder of how justice can be elusive. The Aarushi Talwar case remains one of India's most enigmatic murder mysteries. It is a story of a family torn apart by tragedy, a legal system plagued by inefficiency, and a society quick to judge. Aarushi and Hemraj deserved justice, but their case became a spectacle instead of a resolution. As we reflect on this tragedy, we must ask ourselves, how can we ensure justice in a system that often fails its victims? And will we ever know the truth about what happened that night? This has been the story of Aarushi Talwar and Hemraj Banjade, 2 lives lost, 2 families devastated, and a case that remains a shadow over our collective conscience. Thank you for watching Crime Tales. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more stories that uncover the darkest corners of human life. Stay safe, and see you next time.